I am in the professor of the computer engineering in Government University, and for the last year these are my affiliations with this university. University of Alberta, Spain, Turkey, Argentina, Chile. I am not associated as a electronically, but physically I have to be there also because some of my activities. I'm just passing some time because everybody should come to the sleep after the lunch. I also invite to all of you to come on this workshop. We have established software engineering at the international level. First is the paper. Lecture with the computer science of the publisher. This year we are going to organize in the June, July in Portugal. All these three. Second one is on the software quality and third one is the tools and techniques in the software development process. The publisher is the IEEE and CPS. So these are the topics which I am going to cover. The quality of papers in the Indian researchers community, what to research and selection of the topics, how to search. These are the very small things, but these are very, very important. Once you are going to adopt a new research area, you are going to do. The quality of the papers in the Indian researchers and scientists in the computer science and engineering. In fact, what we want to do it in the slide, if we evaluate ourselves, everybody, every scientist, every person, each department, each university and each country is evaluated by the number of ISI in this journal paper. And in several countries, I just want to mention that the universities have a great fight amongst together that how many number of papers they are publishing in the ISI and different journals. And you can imagine that for one paper, they are crazy. The countries are like Malaysia, Turkey, European countries, and even though if you publish one paper on ISI in the journal, if it is a high impact factor, you are going to get minimum $1,500 to the $3,000. This is the application the university are going to give you for each ISI in the journal papers. I spent more than 4 years in Turkey, so I have an experience and I am still affiliated to that university. You can imagine and you can understand why. And if we look at ourselves in the Indian research community, especially in the area of the computer science and software engineering, unfortunately not too many papers from India are in the ISI in this computer science journal. I am going to give you the list. I am not talking in the air, but I have some record, some findings. Universities in the world are ranked based on the number of papers in the ISI journals, and this is a very unfortunate position that we have the world-renowned institute that we claim, like IITs. We are best in teaching, we are best in producing the software engineers, we are best in producing the best student of the world, but we are not the best researchers. Especially in the area of I am only talking in the computer science engineering and software engineering. We are better in the applied sciences, we are better in the agriculture, we are very good in the medicine, in researches, we are very good in the civil engineering, electrical, but in the area of the computer science and software engineering, we are not. Also, if we evaluate ourselves in the top universities, the first institution which comes in the Times Higher Education Board ranking list, which is the topmost ranking list, the IIT Mumbai is on 375 rank. IIT Mumbai is on the 375 rank in the top universities in the world. And I am telling you this ranking, which is the best one given by the Thomson Repeater and the Times. So we can imagine that where we are in the area of the research. I have the slides at the end or in the middle. I can show you that how to do it. Just to type in Google times higher education or the world ranking list times, you can find, you can evaluate even Asia, even in India, at the world level, at the rank, and then you can categorize in several categories and you can see where we stand. Most of the productive Indian researchers, in fact, we have, why these crises are in fact, this crisis is that majority of the productive Indian researchers are posting abroad and they seeing the level of the researchers of that country. You know that before 20 years, the majority of the head of the department in the US industries, in technical industries were the head were the Indians. And today also, all Western countries, the research agenda and the research publication is done by either Chinese or the Indian community. Those who have left from here, they are working for them. In other words, they are also, I cannot say exactly that they are doing against the India because they are Indians, but once their publication is going to counted in the name of that country, naturally it is going against the India because India is going to down. So, why no quality researchers? This is a one question. See here some of them. An appointment, promotions, internal projects, life willing, wrong government policies, marks, degrees are the criteria for the appointment, no quality criteria for the research papers, several thousands of the new universities without bothering that what the quality is going to be, no proper research environment, no appreciation to the productive researchers, also no proper job for the young motivated researchers, no violation of the quality standard researchers. Also, the hunger crisis is due to that not too much people in the renowned organization are very productive. And the proof is that the number of papers in the ISI Web of Science are extremely low. I have a slide, I have a PDF copy, I will show you that what I said. Those who have potential, all the organizations, you have a very good professors, indeed you have a very talented professors, who have potential to be the quality researchers and productive, but they are not devoting time in for the researchers, maybe because of they are involved in several other administrative tasks. I remember that even though my supervisor is the one of the best researcher in the area of the software engineering, but it was extremely difficult for me to get the appointment for discussing during my even master thesis. Also, the power distance in India is very high. If you are the computer scientist and also working in the software engineering, there are reflected factors, and these reflected factors relate that why there are changes in the behavior of the human factors, and it varies from country to country. You know that we were under the English guys more than 100 years, and if we say truly that we are still under their hand, we are not totally independent. We are not totally independent. I am telling you the truth. Today also, if you have something in very good idea in your mind, if you want to discuss it with any guy who is professor and he is a dean, it is not easy for a student to reach up to that point, or it is not very easy to meet with your vice chancellor if he is a very good researcher. You have to go, if you want to meet, he will say that, okay, talk with the supervisor will talk with the head of the department, go to the dean, then this is called the power distance. And this is also, there is any problem for the power distance in majority of the European industries. There is any problem. And what is the exact situation? Majority of the papers from the Indian Research Committee are in the local, newly established journals. If you see the publication, volume 3, number 4, volume 5, number 5. These are the list of the publication from our majority of the Indian research professors. This is a fact. And you know that any of the journal which has not been completed before 5 years, they cannot even apply for the ISI Web of Science ranking. So any journal which is coming from where it doesn't depend, either it is from the ICA, they cannot be in the ISI Web of Science. Also, a lot of publication in so-called international journals which do not have any standard. Several. We Indians, we believe that if a journal is publishing from the Singapore or in the US or in the Europe, we think that they are very high standard. I am telling you even my own example. I have published a paper during my master thesis. It was an American journal. And when I published, I think I have completed the 3 papers during my master. And believe me, my false ego said that I am one of the good researchers in the committee that it was a. And believe me, today I have removed that the publication from my list of publication because I know that there is no any value of that publication. And any international guy, if you see that I have published a paper in a non-ISI journal or as a journal which is of very low standard, they start underestimating me, even though I have a very good publication at this time in a very high impact journal. I am telling you some examples. These journals are only generating the money, not considering any of the standard indexing. And these are some indexing. Majority of you are aware. The ISI Thomson is the best one. And majority of the high profile countries, they are only giving the emphasis to publish in a ISI Web of Science. One thing I want to also add at this time, from last 3 years, ISI Web of Science, they have also introduced the conference proceeding indexed by the ISI. That is called the C2CS. So also you have to look. All the lecturers in computer science, they are in the ISI Web of Science in the CPCS. So if the conference is going to be, conference proceeding is going to be published by the lecture notes in computer science by Springer, it is going to be ISI index, but not for the general ranking, but for the conference proceeding services given by the ISI Web of Science. Scopus, a second ranking index. I think it is by the Elsevier. I never checked it because I never believe except from the ISI Web of Science. But I know that such like Malaysia, they give some emphasis if you have some paper in the Scopus. DPLP for the computer science, the DPLP is also one of the platform just to satisfy yourself that how many papers you have in the DPLP. Nothing more than that. Okay? See, in all of the Europe and several Asian countries as well, any CV is related by the number of ISI index paper. It's all. There is no any other criteria. Even to reach on the first step of the academics, that is the assistant professor, you must have some ISI index paper. If you don't have a single ISI index paper from a PhD thesis, you may not be considered even for post-doctoral fellowship. I got opportunity for evaluating several CVs of the Indian full professors, even from some of the NITs as well. And this is very unfortunate situation that some cases there is a newly paper from ISI index, in some cases, or maybe better case that in several cases, not a single paper in a recognized journal from a publisher. This is a recent chance of the publication researchers in the researcher among the Indian community. And again, I apologize for those professors for sitting here, and I know that several of you are very, very learned and you are doing very well. You are publishing very well. You are publishing in the good journals. I apologize. This is only for the youngsters who are doing the PhD, who are the young researchers, and who want to just to build your career in academics. Several papers submitted by the Indian researchers are of the case of parallelisms, sometimes 80 to 95% complete. I will show you that just 2-3 days back, I got a list of from the IEEE. This is maybe 1,000 of the authors. 3-4 days back, and in the morning I was searching for the internet because I want to download it and I want to share with my brothers and sisters that the majority of the authors are from the India who are blacklisted by the IEEE. This is a dark version of dark image of the Indian. I am not demotivating to the researchers. I have already asked that we have a talent. All the countries apart from the India, they are using this talent for the progress of those countries. Concept of the review survey paper. Again, majority of us are not aware. Again, I am saying for the youngsters, PhD students, how to write research a review paper. We think that just to collect 10 to 20, sometimes more from the web, copy their content, paste it in the proposed paper by giving references of all those sources from where we have copied, means we are giving the proper referencing, and with some small discussion and conclusion of that paper, we have completed one review paper. The other paper normally contains more than 80% of the similarity with the contents available on the web. And my dear students, this paper will be the strong case of plagiarism, and if it, fortunately it is going to be the IEEE, and anybody, some of your friends, you know that once you are improving, you are growing your level, you are also improving your enemies at the same time. This is also a very bad thing in India that you are publishing a paper, your neighbor is coming to know that how you are publishing. Maybe you have not copy and paste and they start searching that how this guy has published a paper in a very good journal. Likely it is a very bad. If detected any time after publications, all the authors may be blacklisted. Some examples are X, Y, Z. I have the PDF version I have just downloaded in the morning. I will show you. You can see that majority of the authors who are blacklisted, they are Indians, unfortunately. Supervisors don't have time for evaluating the work of their students. They are busy in all the other tasks except giving the time to the students. No training for the literature survey and how to write the different types of papers. Majority of the time students submit their paper without evaluating the work by their supervisors. This is a fact. Although most of the time supervisors are the co-author in that paper. Several times these papers are accepted because majority of the conferences need the registration amount. And they will accept their paper. They will be more than happy that my paper is accepted by IEEE. And also to those so-called journals, because they also need $100, $50 for the publication charges. They are not worrying that what we are going to publish. Because after 10 years, when you will become the professor, maybe one of your friends who was very close and he knows that from where you have copied, when you are the professor, he is going to cut your leg that your one of the paper is. I am telling you a real story. A lady in the US University, she was a vice chancellor, at the approximately age of 55 to the 60 years, and somebody has found out that his PhD thesis, some of the chapter, second or third, not the main, it was copied from the literature. Once it was detected, she was not only the debarred from the vice chancellorship, but her PhD was also taken back. Imagine that the consequences of what you are doing today as a being research scholar, it may impact when you are going to retire, when you have the grandchild, you have become the dada, dadi, nana, nani, and you are going to lose a lot of things. At that stage, a vice chancellor of a university is going to lose everything. And not the academic career what she got it. Students may pay because they need the publication for completing their thesis. Naturally, you must need the papers because you have to complete your PhD. Supervisor also need it because they need the promotion. After some bundle of the paper which is really don't have any impact of research committee, student submit his thesis and got the PhD. This PhD now acts as a supervisor because they becomes the assistant professor, especially in the private engineering college and private universities. They immediately get the professorship. As soon as they completed the PhD from anywhere, they become the so-called professor, full professor, and they are going to act as a supervisor now. You have just to copy paste and they have published the papers by giving some money or here and there. Any need of young researchers who will generate the papers for those professors, now the cycle rotates. How can we imagine the quality of researchers from these professors and their teams? Can you imagine? And this is the time what we are doing. Because in the last 10 years, more than 1,000 of the universities, these state universities, they are producing a lot of PhDs from the mathematics and computer science department, from this department to that department, and those all are so-called professors. They are beginning to the supervisors. And when I met several of the directors in the private engineering college, they don't know how to write the paper, they don't know what the review paper, but they are supervisor or they have already supervised a number of candidates. Especially the situation in the south is solution. The major problem is the awareness and the proper guidance. Indian young students have a lot of potential to produce the high quality researchers. They only need the proper guidance. They only need to boost and guide them in a proper direction, how to write, where to submit and publish the works. Indian researchers, master and PhD students who are studying abroad are the main source for the producing ISI index papers. They are main source of producing. They are very, very productive. Again, if you are writing a paper, you should not feel the nervous after rejection of a paper. Rejections are getting a chance for producing a quality work. A really good paper takes 6 to 12 months for its first completion and 2 to 4 years for final publication. This is my personal experience. The papers which I have published in the IT software, in the SPO, in computers, in the human behaviors, normally they took up to the 4 years. Up to the 4 years. You must have to be very patient to produce some very high quality papers, because in several iterations you have to improve the quality of your researchers. It does not mean that you will work only for one paper in the 4 years. Naturally, if you have work, you have to submit. But of course, you will be able to produce only one quality paper which may impact research committee or achieved goal. So give the preferences to produce the quality works instead of producing so many papers. Produce one which may impact to the international community. I think it is not the proper place to discuss too much how to select the topics, careful in the selection of the topics, confident and intelligent enough, only then choose a topic which is not a topic of your supervisor. Also choose the topics which are new and may potential to attract the research committee. For the literature review, go to the IEEE, do not search on the Google. You should know that what's the difference between the review and survey papers. I'm not guiding you how to search. Your supervisors are capable enough to tell you that how to search, where to search, and how to get the quality papers. If you are maybe a type of review and survey papers, you can also, if you are really doing research, once you start reading a paper, you will at the end of that paper, you will be able to produce one paper as a comment paper, because I am sure that you will get a lot of deficiency in that paper and even you can publish it. I can give you my example that when I read for some of my friends, my own friends, this is a academic criticism, a positive criticism, and I got that there is something wrong and it is misinterpreted. I have submitted in a signed journal, they have accepted it immediately because it is a positive criticism for something which was misunderstood or misinterpreted. Comment on the cases on a particular topic. You can also discuss some of the particular topic. For example, there is no any standard measurement techniques in the software engineering. There is no any standard frameworks. There is no any interest in the software engineering. That where we are lacking in the area of the software engineering. Review of the topics. It may be a big topic. And once you talk about the survey of the research field, maybe it is going to be a topic of thesis. Believe me, if you are doing a very good survey, I will show you that how much a good survey takes a time and how many references are required. You can also submit your PhD thesis. Just to remind you, because the time is a constant. As soon as you feel boring, raise your hand, I will stop it. Because the time given to me, it is already ended. Okay? And this training is more than 4 of the 8 hours. Because I have a lot to discuss. I'm not going to tell you that what to write, how to do it. Example of abstract, how to, okay? Be careful when you are writing. Don't copy and paste the sentences from including the other works. You have not only to show the existing work in the section, but also to relate them critically. I am talking about something you have to produce from your own mind. I am telling you the truth that sometimes when I am writing my papers, to write a paragraph, it may take up to 1 week. And not only the copy and pasting. I will copy and paste, keep it, I will read from the other references, maybe I will write, remove, maybe up to the 1 page, so you can imagine that how much time it will take to write a good research paper. It is not a thing that we are doing that, within 2-3 years we are just writing a printing machine, we are trying to publish the papers, not at all. You have not only to show the existing work in the section, but also to relate them critically. Without discussion of the existing works, maybe we have to. For the references, should be from the recent years. There are some tips which may be helpful to publish in ISI in the journals. Should be from the reliable sources, journals, books and online conference proceedings. Avoid to give any reference which are not available online, especially master and PhD theses. Please don't give it. Never give the wiki. Never. As soon as you are going to give the wiki as a reference, immediately the 50% chances that the editor is going to even not sending that paper for the review. Avoid to give references of the blogs and other internet sources which does not belong to a standard organization, except they are the IBM Microsoft, because you may know that anything is uploaded on the personal website and in the website of the university can be taken or can be changed at any time. And you cannot even prove that I have taken anything from there. Avoid to quote references on the special forum which are formed for the specific group of the people. Avoid the references of those master theses which are not available online. Okay? The other case, you can cite the papers of the authors of these theses. Good practices include the majority of the references from high impact and popular journals. It is very important. IEEE, ACM, Elsewhere, Springer, and the standard books. Include few references from the journal where you intend to submit a paper. It will help you a lot. For example, you are going to submit in a particular journal in a Elsewhere. Don't forget to reference some of the papers from the same journal. Editor will accept for the review. I am telling you, if he will not get any of the paper from his own journal, he will say that your paper is not under the scope of that journal. Before reviewing, they can cancel, even they will not accept for the review. Suggestions: improve the quality in writing the papers. Publish in renowned indexed conferences and journals. Index conferences I have mentioned that try to get the CPCI, that is the ISI indexes conferences. Do not take works on the very old and traditional topics. It is very dangerous. Work on the topics which may have the potential to attract the researcher of the international community. This is a good point, and it fits to your three recent trends, recent topics. For example, if you are working in the software engineering, I have also started to work on the software matrices approximately 10 years back. I have started on the object-oriented matrices, but later on I observed that a lot of work has been done in the object-oriented. A lot of work has been done. There is not too much attraction which can attract from the international committee. I intend with above services, external languages, service-oriented architecture, data software development, inside software development techniques. These are the hot topics. New topics, for example, Agile, it is not more than 2001, the Agile manifesto has been passed. And today the Scrum or several very popular Agile software development techniques are. You can work on these topics. In fact, I have also some international collaborators who are working on the Scrum in the industry, and I am collecting some data. Please giving me the data, I am writing the papers for them. Okay? Don't take the words on a very old topic. I am presently in Nigeria, but it is only my base. Approximately 5 to 6 months I am out of the Nigeria. You know that when I see my students what they want, they will take artificial intelligence, they will take the neural network, they will collect some data from medicine, from here and there, just apply the artificial intelligence technique there, collect the data, show the graphs, at the end PhD has been awarded. What is new here? There is nothing which can attract to the international committee, because you know that in the artificial intelligence, in the fuzzy logic, there are fixed formula. You have to apply on the data, you will get the result. You can make a version of the graphs by changing something. And the result is, certainly the result is going to you. For example, in a road accident prediction, anybody has applied the artificial intelligence, you are applying to the weightless neural network. It is a new task. It is a new task for a PhD thesis. But will you tell me that is it going to attract anything from the international committee? Not at all, because it is not very much it is going to be very informative for the international committee. How to explain your conference paper? On an average, conference paper should be improved with a 50 to 75%. The improvement should be in all sections, especially in the technical part. Sorry, it is. Be careful, if you publish all of your results in the conference, it will be difficult for you to improve the paper and publish in a journal, because now the journals, they say that your paper should be not more than 25 to 30% similar to any other paper. And if you have published each and everything in your conference paper, it will be extremely hard for you to extend it and publish it in the journal paper. For an example of the papers which are rejected based on the similarity of 30% of the conference paper, I am telling you one of the example. I have a metric and the formula was more than 1 page, approximately 2 pages. I published in a conference in a lecture notes in computer science. When I submitted for a journal, it was 27% similar. And they are saying that this is similarity they show me. I say that I cannot change my formula, because the formula in the conference paper cannot be changed, cannot be replaced in the journal paper. Formula must be the same. So finally the editor-in-chief accepted that okay, I am right, and he has published the paper. But again I am telling you, even 27% of the similarity with the conference paper is not accepted. Don't waste your work in a low-level journals. Keep in your mind, that is my request as well. If you feel that it is not up to a level of ISI journal, choose select those which do not impose publication charges. 1. University-based official publication. Journals are relatively better. For example, my university is also, we have the official journal of a government university and the editor-in-chief. If you like, you can send me a paper to me. New publication charges, very regressive review. We first check it on the typing software that how much similarity with the other published sources are. Selection of journals, be careful on the fake journals and conferences. Be interested on the foreign journals as well, even though it is publishing from USA, UK, South Korea, Singapore, and from some European countries. Majority of them are only established for the earning money. Be aware of the false indexing. Some journals create the page on the Google Scholar and use their H indexing for calculation of the impact factor. One of my colleagues was discussing me that the time is now the index factor. How much time you can give me? I can calculate at any time. 5 minutes? Okay. Sorry about it. Just I want to share that several of the journals at this time, they are also showing that they have the impact factor. And what they are doing, you know how the impact factor is calculated? For the how many number of papers is cited by others, by the total number of papers published in that volume. So if it is 10 times cited in that journal and total number of published paper is 100, so it is 10 upon 100, it is 0.01. So it is very easy manipulation that just to ask to 10 of your friends, cite this paper, and your group can cite it. Google Scholar, Google will publish everything. Even you will publish in your own website that okay, these are the master works of my students, and they will publish and they will come very, very high. Till date, impact factor is only given by ISI Thompson. So, some tips in some good journals for taking good comments. Submitting a best journal. This is my, from last 3 conferences of one of my students. I am submitting his paper just like international conference. This is the Australian Software Engineering Conference. I am telling you some example. Submit it there. I am telling you that you will get very nice comments. And from last 3 times, just choose some of the established conferences where the chances of rejection is very, very high. Not the chances of acceptance. I know that he is going to reject it. After 3 times rejection, I said that improve it. Finally, this paper is going to publish in ISI Web of Science. I never discourage my students, okay, submit it in the best journal, best conferences. And if you need something for his promotion or for the moving forward, I will publish it in one of my journals so he will feel happy. Okay, so these slides are giving the general guidelines to only those who are neglecting the quality. I have also given the formulas. I am lucky that if I can help you, it will be a very small contribution to my country. You can take my guidance in any of the issues for the supervision, helping in improving quality of your work, publishing in the ISI index journals. Being associated in the University of Alcala, I have also the opportunity to enroll any of the students from anywhere in the world. So it is also, thanks too much for your attention to everybody, for the organizing committee, the head of the computer science